So today we're going to talk about Halloween 2, which in many ways is the most consequential sequel in the entire franchise. Because not only is it the original sequel to Halloween, it also introduced the brother sister storyline into the series, which has been used in every single timeline aside from the latest. Now, this particular version of the mask is a Cemetery Gate Productions Warlock that has been rehauled by Mr. Samhain, and I think it might be the greatest H2 rehaul that I've ever seen. It looks right out of the movie. It may not be the majority opinion, but the Halloween 2 Michael Myers, for me, that's my favorite looking Michael Myers. I just love the look of the dirtier, more beat up, weathered looking mask, the more matted looking hair, the bullet ridden jumpsuit. I just think Dick Warlock looks evil as fuck in every shot and looks completely menacing in every single shot in this entire movie. Dick is definitely one of my favorite Michael Myers. He has been criticized by some for being much slower moving than Nick Castle in the original movie, but I always kind of just chalk that up to him being shot 6 times with a 357 Magnum and falling 2 stories off a balcony afterwards. I think that would slow anyone down. So here we get a look at our plaque and our stand. Cemetery Gate Productions Warlock, rehauled by Mr. Samhain, and our Stone Cold 913 stand. When they first approached John Carpenter about making a sequel to Halloween, he really didn't want anything to do with it because he felt like his story had been told and there was nothing to add. The story goes, if I'm to understand it correctly, they they showed him the largest check that he had ever seen in his life, and he agreed to write the movie, but not to direct it. And this is where the brother-sister storyline comes into the fold. John Carpenter has stated in numerous interviews that in a moment of writer's block, he came up with the brother-sister story because he couldn't think of anything else. He has since renounced the brother-sister storyline and also renounced this movie. But me personally, I really enjoy both. There are purists out there to the original vision of John Carpenter and the original idea that really do not like the brother-sister story. I really like it. I really like it in this movie. I really like where they go with it in H4. Also, on the flip side, when it's not there in 2018, I enjoy that as well. All right, so now I want to get into the specifics of pros and cons, what I like and what I don't like about this movie. First and foremost, if you were going to do a ranking of top Halloween kills, a top 10 or a top 20, I think that Halloween 2 would probably have, for me, the most kills on that list. There are some phenomenal kills in this movie. We already mentioned the mask and the Myers portrayal. The ending of this movie is phenomenal. Loomis sacrificing himself to save Laurie and to end Michael's rampage. Donald Pleasance giving a phenomenal performance as Dr. Loomis. The only real dislikes I have are pretty much nitpicks. It's definitely a padded runtime. There are scenes, especially in the hospital, that add nothing to the story. Montages of Michael walking through the hospital, people looking for nurses, people looking for security guards, that add nothing to the story. It's just there to pad out the runtime. And lastly, Laurie Strode really isn't in much of this movie for the first 2 acts.